Heaven's Gate. Heaven's Gate stands out as one of the most shocking and bizarre cults in modern history. Founded in the 1970s by Marshall Applewhite and Bonnie Nettles, this group combined elements of Christianity and UFO beliefs to create a unique and ultimately deadly ideology. The cult's core belief was that the Earth was about to be recycled or cleansed, and that the only way to survive was to leave their human vehicles, bodies, and ascend to a higher evolutionary level. What makes Heaven's Gate particularly fascinating is their integration of technology into their spiritual beliefs. They believed that an alien spacecraft was hiding behind the Hale-Bopp comet, waiting to take their souls to the next level. This blend of science fiction and religion led to the cult's tragic end in 1997, when 39 members, including Applewhite, committed mass suicide in a San Diego mansion. They believed this act would allow their souls to board the alien spacecraft. The cult's website remains active to this day, maintained by 2 former members, serving as a chilling reminder of the power of charismatic leadership and the dangers of extreme beliefs. Heaven's Gate's legacy continues to fascinate and horrify, highlighting the thin line between faith and delusion, and the potential consequences of unchecked fringe beliefs in the modern world. Click subscribe to this channel to get more topics you love. Aum Shinrikyo. Aum Shinrikyo, which translates to Supreme Truth, represents one of the most dangerous and destructive cults in recent history. Founded in 1984 by Shoko Asahara in Japan, this group blended elements of Buddhism, Hinduism, and apocalyptic Christian prophecies to create a volatile ideology. What sets Aum Shinrikyo apart is not just its bizarre beliefs, but its transition from a spiritual group to a terrorist organization. The cult's core belief revolved around an impending apocalypse, which only Asahara's followers could survive. They believed in a complex cosmology involving multiple dimensions and the need to attain spiritual powers through extreme practices. However, Aum Shinrikyo's most shocking aspect was its pursuit of weapons of mass destruction. The group is infamous for carrying out the 1995 sarin gas attack on the Tokyo subway, which killed 13 people and injured thousands. This act of domestic terrorism shocked Japan and the world, revealing the deadly potential of apocalyptic cults. The group's ability to attract highly educated members, including scientists who helped develop chemical weapons, demonstrates the power of charismatic leadership and apocalyptic ideologies. Even after Asahara's execution in 2018, splinter groups continue to operate, showing the enduring appeal of its teachings to some. Aum Shinrikyo serves as a stark reminder of how fringe beliefs can evolve into real-world violence, challenging our understanding of the boundaries between faith, fanaticism, and terrorism. The Branch Davidians. The Branch Davidians, religious sect that gained worldwide notoriety in 1993, represent a compelling case study in the dangerous fusion of apocalyptic beliefs and charismatic leadership. Led by David Koresh, who claimed to be the final prophet, this group emerged as an offshoot of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Their compound near Waco, Texas, known as Mount Carmel, became the epicenter of one of the most controversial standoffs in American history. At the core of the Branch Davidians' beliefs was Koresh's interpretation of the 7 seals from the Book of Revelation. He claimed to have the unique ability to unlock these prophecies, positioning himself as a messianic figure. The group's practices, including alleged child abuse and polygamy, attracted the attention of authorities. This scrutiny culminated in a 51-day siege by federal agents in 1993, which ended in a catastrophic fire that claimed the lives of 76 Branch Davidians, including Koresh. The tragedy sparked intense debate about religious freedom, government overreach, and the handling of fringe groups. The Branch Davidian story highlights the volatile mix of apocalyptic fervor, charismatic authority, and societal tension that can lead to devastating outcomes. It serves as a stark reminder of the potential consequences when extreme beliefs collide with the outside world, leaving lasting impacts on discussions about faith, law enforcement, and individual rights in America. The People's Temple, Jonestown. The People's Temple, founded by Jim Jones in 1955, stands as one of the most tragic and infamous cults in history. Initially presenting itself as a progressive, interracial church advocating for social justice, the group's evolution into a destructive cult culminated in the horrific Jonestown massacre of 1978. This event, where over 900 members died in a mass murder-suicide, remains one of the largest losses of American civilian life in a single non-natural event. Jones, a charismatic leader, built his following by blending elements of Christianity, communism, and utopianism. He attracted members with promises of racial equality and social reform, but gradually exerted increasing control over his followers' lives. The group's move to Guyana to establish Jonestown was presented as a utopian experiment but quickly devolved into a paranoid, isolated community. Jones' mental state deteriorated, leading to increasingly erratic and abusive behavior. The tragedy unfolded when U.S. Congressman Leo Ryan visited to investigate allegations of human rights abuses, resulting in his murder and the subsequent mass poisoning of People's Temple members. This event shocked the world and brought the dangers of destructive cults into sharp focus. The Jonestown tragedy remains a powerful reminder of the potential for manipulation and abuse in high-control groups, and its impact continues to influence discussions about cult psychology, leadership, and the boundaries of religious freedom. Children of God, the Family International. The Children of God, later known as the Family International, stands out as one of the most controversial religious movements of the 20th century. Founded in 1968 by David Berg, also known as Moses David, this group blended elements of Christianity with free love ideologies, creating a unique and often disturbing synthesis. The cult's history is marked by allegations of widespread sexual abuse, including the sexual exploitation of minors, making it a subject of intense scrutiny and legal investigations. At the core of the Children of God's beliefs was Berg's concept of revolutionary Christianity, which involved rejecting mainstream society and embracing a nomadic, communal lifestyle. The group became infamous for its practice of flirty fishing, where female members were encouraged to use sex as a means of evangelism and recruitment. This practice, along with Berg's writings promoting sexual activity with children, led to accusations of organized pedophilia within the group. Despite these controversies, the cult managed to attract thousands of members worldwide, including several celebrities and their children. The Children of God's legacy continues to be felt today, with many former members speaking out about their experiences and the lasting psychological impact of growing up in such an environment. The group's history serves as a stark reminder of the potential for spiritual manipulation and abuse within fringe religious movements, highlighting the need for vigilance and critical thinking when encountering new spiritual ideologies. Unification Church, Moonies. The Unification Church, commonly known as the Moonies, after its founder Sun Myung Moon, represents one of the most globally influential new religious movements of the 20th century. Founded in South Korea in 1954, this group gained significant attention and controversy for its unique blend of Christianity, Eastern philosophy, and anti-communist rhetoric. The church's rapid expansion and its founders' claims of messianic status have made it a subject of fascination and concern for decades. At the heart of the Unification Church's teachings is the belief that Moon and his wife are the true parents of humanity, chosen by God to complete Jesus' unfinished work. The church is perhaps most famous for its mass wedding ceremonies, where thousands of couples are married simultaneously, often to partners chosen by Moon himself. These practices, along with allegations of brainwashing and exploitative fundraising tactics, have led to accusations that the group is a cult. Despite controversies, the Unification Church has wielded considerable political and economic influence, particularly in South Korea and the United States. Moon's ownership of various businesses and media outlets, including the Washington Times newspaper, has raised questions about the church's true motives and its impact on society. The Unification Church's legacy continues to be debated, with some viewing it as a legitimate faith and others seeing it as a manipulative organization. Its history underscores the complex interplay between religion, politics, and business in the modern world. Scientology. Scientology, founded by science fiction author L. Ron Hubbard in 1953, stands as one of the most controversial and influential new religious movements of the modern era. Blending elements of psychology, self-help, and space opera narratives, Scientology has attracted both fervent followers and fierce critics. Its unique blend of pseudoscientific claims and spiritual teachings has made it a subject of fascination and concern for decades. At the core of Scientology's beliefs is the concept of thetans, immortal spiritual beings that inhabit human bodies. The Church teaches that through a process called auditing, individuals can overcome past traumas and achieve a state of clear, unlocking their full potential. This process involves the use of an e-meter, a device that purportedly measures spiritual states. Scientology's controversial practices, including its aggressive litigation against critics, alleged exploitation of members, and the concept of disconnection from non-believing family members, have led many to label it as a dangerous cult. The Church's pursuit of celebrity members and its secretive nature, particularly regarding its higher-level teachings about alien influences on Earth, have further fueled public skepticism. Despite these controversies, Scientology continues to operate globally, highlighting the complex interplay between belief, manipulation, and the human desire for meaning and self-improvement in the modern world. Order of the Solar Temple. The Order of the Solar Temple, a secretive apocalyptic cult, shocked the world in the mid-1990s with a series of mass suicides and murders that spanned across Switzerland, France, and Canada. Founded by Joseph D. Mambro and Luke Jurett in 1984, this group blended elements of occultism, New Age philosophy, and apocalyptic Christianity to create a lethal cocktail of beliefs that ultimately led to tragedy. At the heart of the Order's ideology was the belief in an impending global catastrophe, from which only the cult's members would be saved by transitioning to a higher spiritual plane. The group's leaders claimed to be Knights Templar reincarnated, tasked with preparing for the second coming of Christ. What set the Solar Temple apart was its appeal to wealthy and educated individuals, including politicians and businesspeople, giving it an air of legitimacy. However, this veneer of respectability hid a dark core of financial fraud and psychological manipulation. The cult's demise came in a series of orchestrated deaths in 1994 and 1995, where dozens of members were found in burned buildings, arranged in ritual circles. These events were portrayed as transit to another world, but evidence suggests many were murdered. The Order of the Solar Temple's legacy serves as a chilling reminder of the potential for deadly delusions within seemingly respectable spiritual movements, highlighting the dangers of unchecked charismatic leadership and apocalyptic beliefs.